Hey everybody, welcome to the backyard again this afternoon. I'm sorry, it's this afternoon. Uh, I always bring up things in my videos a lot of times about improvising and doing something that you have to do that's unexpected in order to get something to go the way you want it to go. Well, it happened today in preparation for this video. We had bought some sirloin steaks and we bought them at the grocery store. They were sealed up in the package. We brought them home, and when we turned them over, they were completely different looking than they were on the top. So the butcher tricked us on those, folks. So we couldn't do what we wanted to do. So we thought, okay, we got to improvise. So let's bring you along on that improvisation. Maybe that's not the right word, but we don't bring you along. So right in here, we took that sirloin steak and we cut it into a bunch of pieces about this big right there. Okay, we put a good amount of lime juice. We put a good amount of lime juice on that and a little bit of seasoning. And we're going to make wraps out of this instead of the direction we were going to go. So this isn't going to take very long to cook. So we're going to make our little sauce for our wrap first. So in here I have a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. I have a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. What's in there sauce? It's got all kinds of names, folks. I don't use it very often. I don't particularly care for the name of it or the flavor. And a tablespoon of crushed capers. And this right here, folks, is getting increasingly hard for us to find. This is chili garlic sauce. And in our area of the country, we have to order it. We can't find it at the grocery store. And we want to put 1 tablespoon in there. Now, this, folks, will open your sinuses. With the garlic and the chili that's in there, it's very good. And I enjoy it, and I'll actually eat it as a dip. But we want to whisk all this together. And I know aioli is typically made with a mayonnaise, from what I understand. And since I'm not one of those type of cooks where I know all the fancy terms, this is going to be just a sauce. So we got this in here. We got the crushed capers, our garlic sauce, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and our Dijon mustard. And we're going to set that aside. We're going to go ahead and stick this steak on, folks. Now, the way we cut this real small, it's not going to take long to cook because we're going to want it to be rare to medium rare. But folks, always be prepared to improvise. Uh, Things don't always go the way you expect them to go. And a lot of times it's in cooking. It's in the method of cooking. It might be in the ingredients. You might make a mistake. Just always be prepared to go a different direction. And don't let that scare you. Go with it with all you got. Well, folks, we're going to give this a little toss. And we're going to come right back and assemble a wrap. Hey folks, we just about got this ready. Like I say, as small as these are like this, it's not going to take very long to cook, and we don't want it really tough. We want to have it medium to medium rare. So we're going to go ahead and pull these off. And literally, folks, this probably took 5 minutes, maybe. My fire's not super hot, but again, we didn't want to just blister this, and we did lose a couple of pieces through the grate, so the fire got to get a snack. There we go right there, folks. Now, we're going to assemble this into a wrap, and I'm not a wrap type person. I struggle with putting them together, and you're probably going to see me struggle as we do this today. But we're going to take a little piece of this and just see what it's like. And that's good and tender, folks. And so we made use of a poorly cut piece of meat. Maybe it was a bad choice for us to buy it, but it was in a bad spot. So folks, underneath this towel, Emmett has been keeping this tortilla ready. And there again, folks, I'm going to tell you again, I'm not a wrap type person. I have trouble getting them tight. So we're going to take a little bit of this meat. I'm going to scatter this out. Something about like that. And my problem with a wrap, folks, is I tend to put more in it than probably what needs to be in it, so it doesn't wrap very good. And if you'll remember on our last video, we made a coleslaw. It's vinegar-based coleslaw. This is actually some of that leftover coleslaw. We're going to take that. And remember, this has vinegar, a little oil, some sugar, celery seeds, and salt and pepper. So it's going to be kind of like a pickled, if you would, per se. And then we're going to take a little bit of this sauce that we made. And we're going to drizzle that all over here. All right, now, before I wrap all that up, or attempt to wrap it up, you want to come take a look at what we got. We've got this slaw, which is basically a pickled cabbage, and that way you want to look at it. We've got our meat, and we've got our sauce. And folks, I just want to show you something. This meat, the way we cut it, and the lime juice, it just pulls right apart. So wish me luck, folks. Let's see if we can't wrap this up. Now, folks, I know there's the tucking in of the ends and all those things. I'm not a wrap guy. I'm not a tortilla guy. I'm not a burrito wrapping guy. So these never look very good. But folks, that's what our wrap is going to look like. And we'll reach up here and give this a bite here in a minute. But this is our wrap. It's not super tight together. We've got our meat on there, and we're going to give this a bite. And it's a great combination, folks. That leftover coleslaw and that Dijon-based sauce we made in our spiced meat. It's a great combination. And folks, this may not have been the video it intended to be, but with Emmett's help, we were able to pull this out and make a meal out of this. So folks, we got a little breeze blowing today. Maybe it's not a cool breeze, but it's a breeze. And we want to end this like we win every video we got. Enjoy your food.